Hi Year 10, Mr. Tapley here for your next lesson of Year 10 Geography. At this lesson we are looking at developing our understanding of the processes causing climate change and the impact of climate change to humans and the environment. Success criteria is to explain the causes of climate change and then the consequences of failing to address climate change in the future. So we've looked at environments, we've looked at the ecological services they provide us with, looked at a different type of environment, so forests, and we've looked at what a climate is. Now we're looking at the big money topic, which is climate change. So what's going to happen to all of those things? After viewing Before the Flood in 2040, you should have some level of knowledge of climate change. I understand you guys look at this occasionally in science as well at some year levels. So hopefully you've got some knowledge of it. However, it is totally understandable to be overwhelmed or challenged by the amount of information surrounding this topic. The goal of this lesson will be to provide you with, I suppose, a foundation of knowledge. So we're not going to go through the entire topic, just the real basic introductory stuff of, what is it? So the definition, what does it do, the impact, and maybe a few solutions to the problem. I highly recommend, because it is a difficult topic, and Mr. Tapley will struggle to explain it to you because he's not a science teacher, I highly recommend these two videos here. Those are really good summaries. Really quick ones. Causes and effects of climate change. 3-minute video from National Geographic. Climate change science, featuring my boy Bill Nye the science guy. That's another 3-4 minute video giving you the the basics to climate change. So go check that out. So Mr. Tapley's attempt to summarize climate change. Human activities, so deforestation, fossil fuels, pollution, farming, have all contributed to an increased level of greenhouse gases. These gases trap solar energy within the atmosphere, causing global temperature to rise. So basically the atmosphere, which is this little blue band, has become thicker, it's become denser, and the solar energy, these red sun rays that used to go in and just bounce right off, are now getting trapped in our atmosphere. So now we're getting hotter. Global temperature is rising. This rise in temperature has got tremendous consequences. It leads to other changes across the world, such as rainfall patterns increasing or decreasing. So if we get too much rain, we're going to have a flood. If we don't get enough rain, we're going to have droughts. Polar ice caps will melt, which leads to rising sea levels. Again, you don't think of that much now, like, oh, the sea level went up 2 millimeters. Big whoop. I don't care, Mr. Tapley. But if that continues to go up, all those coastal cities that live on, Sydney or Melbourne, I mean, we live on an island, so we're pretty much surrounded by the ocean. The more that rises, the further we're going to have to move away from the ocean. We're going to have all these houses underwater. We're going to have climate refugees, places like Indonesia or the Philippines and the islands. Refugees are going to be forced out of those countries and into our country. And something that was in the news last week with Hurricane Laura in America hitting Texas and Louisiana, Mr. Tapley's old country. Natural disasters such as hurricanes, wildfires that we saw in January, bushfires, droughts, all of those things are going to occur more often, so frequency, and more intensely, so more badly. These changes to the environment will have major consequences for all forms of life. We rely on ecological services provided to us by the environment, and any negative impact to the environment is going to severely impact our human well-being. Sorry, that's hard to talk about. Please complete the following questions in your digital notebook for our lesson activities today. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about climate change because I do really think that these two videos here summarize the topic really well. What I would like you to do though is read a little bit about climate change. So this lesson isn't so much Mr. Tapley talking, it's you guys doing a bit of reading. So you'll need access to the textbook, but again, all the chapter PDFs have been uploaded to Compass and Google Classroom. Unfortunately, I've got you bouncing between a few different chapters. So you'll need to get into chapter 1, 2, and 4 to read pages 54, 98, 99, and 182 to 183. So just 5 or 6 pages in total. And the 3 questions you're smashing out are question 1, define the terms climate change and global warming. A lot of people get the two confused. They think it's the exact same thing. It's really not. So you're trying to define climate change and global warming. Question 2. Explain the main causes of climate change. Be specific if you can. Provide some examples. Question 3. What are the main effects of climate change to, and this is you being specific again, because you're looking at 3 specific places. So what are the effects of climate change to the environments discussed on page 54, the Great Barrier Reef, which you see in 98 and 99, and then bringing it back to humans. So what are the effects of climate change on human well-being, shown on page 182 and 183. This video here, that was just me having a bit of a laugh. I don't know if you guys have seen the show Futurama, but that's just a quick video showing a fictional attempt to solve climate change, which is not very effective. But if you need a laugh, I recommend checking that video out there. Anyway, so that's all I've got for you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, or you can't find the resources, or you're not quite sure what you're doing this lesson, or you don't understand climate change, which makes 2 of us, please let me know. Otherwise, best of luck, hope you're well, and cheers.